I can't do it.
And you never will unless you stay still.
I'm trying, but my head is spinning.
Breathe. Let the images rise. Good. Now you must rekindle the memory. Tell me what you remember.
I remember an explosion. The rift opened wide. The cycle was about to vanish. Master called us. I could feel his worry. He sent Lucy and Obak to scout, but not me. He said I wasn't ready.
Then what happened?
They left. And when Master went back to work, I left too, without his permission.
There. The memory is ready now. Tell your story, Mazarin. Let it live again.
I can see it now. It was already too late when I arrived. The rift was tearing through Mystralia's sky. I knew I had to start moving. The forest was already taken. The rift awakened old memories. Shadows risen from the past. I'd never seen them before, but I was trained to face them. The deeper I went, the more shadows there were. Ghosts. Where were the living souls? Just when I thought no one was left, I found her.
Mazarin, is that you? You were supposed to stay at the temple. You disobeyed the master.
I'll deal with the old man later, Lucy. What's going on here?
These shadows. Some of them are my people. They're fighting, burning again. And the mages, it's like the war has returned.
Listen, I know I shouldn't have followed you, but here I am. So what can I do?
You can't stay here alone. Oh, my head. It's spinning. Obak should be nearby. Find him. I need to regain my senses.
She had sent me to find Obak, but I had no idea where to go. Chose to follow it. Obak. It was his voice, but it was no longer him.
Amek! Amek! Can you hear me, Amek?
Obak, I was looking for you. I slipped away after you left.
They're all dead. Please, please answer me, Amek. Amek, yell if you can hear me!
Dead? What are you talking about? And who is Amek?
I told you to drop it! Stubborn dumb rock! Amek, where are you? I swear, brother, I'll find you safe and sound, and then I'll beat you up myself! What? Where? Mazarim? What is this place?
You're on Mystralia, Old Rock. You and Lucy went out scouting when the rift burst open.
This can't be Mystralia. Everything's distant. Frozen. And there's something pulling at me.
You were talking to someone when I found you. Someone who wasn't there. Amek, I think.
Amek? What was I saying?
You were looking for him. In a place where everyone was dead.
Mazarim. That's a memory. One of mine. And it's trying to snag me again. I can feel it. I must go. Find the Guardians. Maybe they'll know what's going on. We'll see each other back at the temple, kid.
Where were all these shadows coming from? I had so many questions. The Guardian must have known. That's how I ended up back at the temple. Hey, Tuck, did the others make it back? Something was wrong with Obak and Mystralia.
Obak already fished him out, but if I were you, I'd be more worried about the Master.
Oh yeah? He noticed I was gone, didn't he?
Oh, he noticed very much. He was all, where's that undisciplined fool? That prodigious dimwit! That failure of an apprentice!
Okay, Tuck, got it. Thanks again for getting me back in. Toka got me in discreetly. I wanted to stay unseen. The Master was already waiting.
So, you return at last, my disciple. How was your little unsanctioned stroll across Mystralia?
It's chaos down there, Master. You can't take 2 steps without running into grumpy shadows.
Of course it's chaos. A rift has burst through the cycle, Mazarim. Need I remind you?
I know you ordered me to stay here, Master, but you have to understand.
Enough. I will not hear your excuses. You left without permission. Now you must answer for it. The timeless one awaits.
Hey, kid. Just wanted to say sorry about earlier back on Mystralia. I wasn't feeling great, but I'm better now.
You sure, Old Rock? You look pretty gray to me.
Oh, a stone man looks gray joke. Real clever. I just walked out on one of the worst memories of my life, and you're laughing. You got me good, kid.
Hold on. I didn't mean it like that. I was just trying to...
Who got who now, dumb rock? You should have seen your face. I think you turned grayer than me.
That's not fair. I came to check on you, actually. Down there. You kept shouting Amek. I thought maybe you'd want to talk about it.
Amek was my brother. I carved him myself. But I don't feel like talking right now. Doesn't mean I forgot what you did, though. Without you, I'd probably still be out there, shouting his name to the wind. I owe you one.
Goddess, you wanted to see me? Sorry for disobeying. I won't do it again, okay? Can I go now?
A watcher may leave or stay, but every choice carries its own weight.
I just wanted to be useful. That's why I followed the others.
If the Watcher wishes to be useful, he must begin by asking the right questions.
Okay. Why has the rift torn the cycle open? Why were there so many shadows on Mystralia?
Because Mystralia is drowning in its own past.
Obak. He was trapped inside a memory. Was that the rift's doing?
The answer may lie in the past, but the past itself, yours and Mystralia's, is now in peril.
What does that mean? How does someone save the past?
The Guardians, they carry traces of every memory in the world.
If the rift began in Mystralia, they will remember.
A young Watcher could learn much by speaking to them.
Wait, a young Watcher as in me? I thought I came here to be punished. You want me to go and meet the Guardians?
It is not the role of time to punish, but those who seek the truth are sometimes punished by what they find.
This one rose. I watched her cross the temple sky, unable to move. It felt like the end of the world. And somehow, my beginning. It was time to go. I was back on Mystralia, lifted by the blessing of the goddess, but grounded by the weight of duty. Reach the Guardians. A destination. That was all I had. No road, no instructions. Except one. Keep going. I had no idea what they meant back then. Was this the mage's machine? Looks all rusted now. Mages knew what they were doing. It's heating up. Does it still work? was finally walking the path. I was the only Watcher who had never crossed it. The only one who hadn't met the Guardians. But all that was about to change. Forget my first encounter with the masked priest.
Orders!
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Are you speaking to me, sir?
The ravage of the forest has lasted long enough!
I see. I got here too late. Shadows already have you.
The mages strike with fire, and with fire we shall answer!
Wait. Fire?
Let the flames rise, and with them our strength. The flames will make you stronger!
I need to get out of here.
Step no further, stranger.
Sure thing. Name's Mazarin, by the way.
All right, Mazarin. Quick question. How many wolves do you see?
5 at a glance, and none of them look pleased to see me.
Indeed. 5 wolves waiting for you to make a single mistake. Now, tell me, are you haunted like the others?
Haunted? No, just a little tense. Probably because of, well, the wolves.
Good enough. Enter. But remember, I'm watching you, and so are they.
Welcome to our greenhouse, traveler. And apologies for Asta's reaction. We've all been tense since the sky turned purple.
I understand. And I'm sorry to say that what I ask of you may not be welcome.
You come here seeking the memories of our people, do you not? I was hoping we would see one of you soon.
You know of us?
Yes, one of you in particular. I know that you make sure the past stays where it should. This very morning I went to pray to the sacred tree, hoping it would send you our way. You have our blessing. Take all that you can, before the sky swallows us all.
Sorry, what did you call me?
You've come to meet the Guardians because of the rift.
I don't know who told you that, but they were well informed.
'Twas the spirits. You Watchers call them memories. Some return to us. They speak to me through the ashes. This morn, they spoke of he whom you call their Khan. The sacred tree does not fare well. The spirits wish to impart this knowledge upon you.
Well now, this is embarrassing. Someone finally passes by and here I am covered in ashes. Please pardon my appearance.
Nobody knows me here and I showed up out of the blue. It should be me who apologizes.
Look at us. 2 polite souls at the end of the world. True models for good manners. Remains to see how long we have before we lose our minds like the rest.
You seem to be holding up well for now. It doesn't feel as tense here. What's your secret?
The ashes, my friend. I haven't stopped grinding them since the sky turned purple. They keep us safe. But for how much longer? That is the question.
remember my first ancestral lesson. My journey would be rich in wisdom. Therakon's temple was close. I could feel his presence in the air. I was sure it'd be a moment I'd remember. And I was right, but not for the reasons I thought. For the war. was finally there. Therakon's temple. Crossing an entire forest wasn't enough. Of course, there had to be stairs, too. Guardian Terakan, it's an honor to finally meet you. I've been sent to ask for your help. Do you know what happened with the rift up in the sky?
Yes, I know. A miracle happened. The end of suffering.
A miracle? With all due respect, Guardian, have you been in the forest lately? Pretty sure miracles don't wander around trying to stab you with a spear.
Breathe, Watcher. Can you feel it in your lungs? The shame, the anger, burning away. The fire has returned, and from the ashes we shall all be reborn.
Human friend, I saw a twisty, weird memory swirling ahead of you in the cycle. Like it was you fighting the Guardian? Are my eyes wrong?
No, your eyes are fine. It's my meeting with Terracan that went wrong. He tried to fry me.
Fry? But why? He tree. Tree not eat human. Tree eat sunlight.
Talk, it's a figure of speech. Remember? We talked about this.
Ah, metaphor. Yes, yes. Still hard for me. They twist my head all funny.
It's okay, Doc. I'm confused too. If the Shadows really got the Guardian, then the Rift is a lot stronger than we thought.
The cycle of memories hears you, Watcher. Tell it what happened with Therakan.
He attacked me, spoke of the Rift as if it were a miracle, an end to all suffering.
He watched his forest burn. Trees he'd grown turned to ash. The Aloris people caught in flames. Guardians know pain and must embrace it as they do every memory. If he spoke that way, it means the Shadows have claimed him.
But he was talking to me. He wasn't trapped in a memory like Obak. He still had some grip on reality. Twisted and confused, but still.
Then the path is clear, Watcher. Return to him. Free Therakan from what haunts him, and the answers will follow.
And so I was back. But I knew better. I wasn't walking toward an ally, but toward a fight. Everything around me was fading. The sky turned violet, the trees gray. Losing its memories. The world was losing itself. I had to rethink how I faced the shadows. I couldn't take meaningless hits anymore. Not with what was waiting for me at the end of the forest. I hadn't lived long in Mystralia, just a few years when I was young. But I felt deeply tied to this forest. The war took its children, and took my mother too. no bruises. The Watcher's heart had taken pain from my body. The Shadow's blades still left their mark upon my soul. Maybe Theracon was better now. Maybe it had just been a passing weakness. Unlikely. But I stayed open to the possibility, even if I kept my fists closed. This place felt gloomy, yet somehow soothing.
O High Blossom, I call upon thee from the summit of your mountain. I know you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. It's you who can't. I see it in your eyes. You're already far away, aren't you?
O High Blossom, I know you see our forest in flames, and I know they're taking from your mountain too.
You mean the mages, right? What did they do to this forest?
May my clouds rise to guard the trees. May my rain fall to shield the leaves. May the rain guard the forest!
It seems I owe you an apology. You come from the heavens, don't you?
I'm no god. I come from a temple, not the heavens.
Skyfolk trying to play humble. I swear I've seen it all. Anyway, don't worry about the wolves. They like to look tough, but they've got good hearts. I raised them myself. Isn't that right, big guy? I trust them with my life. But against what's outside, they don't stand a chance. Ghosts don't fear fangs. They get you from the inside.
Watcher, I saw a heavy rain fall in the distance, and thought of you, and of Goannas, whom you may yet meet in the forest.
If you mean the Cloud Man, we've already met. A memorable encounter. First time I was welcomed with a torrential downpour.
He cast his rain of protection on you. Quite the gift, really. Thanks to that rain, we managed to save part of the forest.
Save it from the mages, right? Goannas mentioned them, and so did the priest. What did they actually do to the forest?
They burnt it down, to harvest its ashes and forge soul beads out of them. But truth is, they weren't the only ones to blame.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Apologies, I spoke out of turn.
I wanted to thank you for the warning. Your spirits were right. Terracan is unwell.
The spirits also told me the sacred tree sent you back rather harshly.
Clearly, nothing gets past them.
They said you looked defenseless, that it was painful to watch.
Now your spirits are being dramatic. I think I held up pretty well.
The spirits care about you. Many of them perished in the great fires before the war. The same fires that now hold the sacred tree prisoner. They hope you'll bring him out of the flames.
Those flames must have been terrible to haunt the Guardian like that.
They still haunt all of us, through the wounds in our hearts and those of the forest. Every day since has been an act of healing.
Who's to blame for their madness? Back at the Guardian's place.
Come, Watcher. Feel the fire and claim your deliverance.
It's your deliverance I'm hoping for, Terracan. I learned about the fires. I know what you went through.
Watcher, how many times have I seen you here? You know nothing of this forest, nothing of my roots.
I know it's your shadow speaking, and that the fire you call a miracle is the same one that made you suffer.
You talk a lot for someone who lives on a rock in the sky. You want to know my suffering? Come, I'll make you feel it. I'm sorry, Watcher. I didn't mean to. I was trapped far away.
It's not your fault, Guardian. I'm starting to realize the rift doesn't make it easy to socialize.
The rift.
A tear in the cycle of memories. The world's been caught in its own past since it opened.
The past. That's where I was. It kept flashing before my eyes. Memories blowing through like a storm. The rift is stealing them.
If the memories vanish, the cycle vanishes too. And Mystralia with it.
Then we must keep them from vanishing. We Guardians carry all that this world remembers, gather our echoes, and return them to the cycle. Here, take the echo of the forest, then head for the mountains and find Meda. You must save our memories, Watcher.